single women, and all women want these men. And these are the men that are different, unique, and they behave in a certain way. Men who endure. Okay, Nelima, endure what? Chaos from women, a breakup from a lady, rejection from women. So you throw a label just to justify why you can't endure, when we all know with a proper mindset, you can persevere anything. And this is the only power that you have. Dig deeper into your coping mechanism of challenges. Everyone has an ability in them that allows them to solve a certain challenge. Analyze that problem in your own dimension of I can endure it, and accept it as it is, to have a stronger and stoic mindset. Throwing that label only allows you confirm your thoughts about that action. Most people don't suffer because of what is happening. Most people suffer because of their imagination about things that happen. Mary broke up with Johnny. She moved on. But then Mary again broke up with Isaac. She moved on. Johnny will take it as a lesson from that experience. It will be easier for him to move on. Isaac will tell himself, I cannot take this. It's too much for me. I cannot do without her. I just need to get her back. I just need to work on myself. I am not good enough. Both your mindsets can't change the reality, and it can't change the fact that both of you were dumped. But the only person who is stoic, who is attractive to women, is a man who endures by perceiving it as an experience to gain a lesson, not an experience that broke him. But Isaac will be identified as the weak man, and no woman will want to date him. She rejected you. You thought you are the problem. And then you try to figure out everything piece by piece. Maybe it's my face. Maybe it's my voice. Maybe it's my shirt. Maybe it's my trouser. Maybe it's how I approach her. Okay, she already rejected you. It already happened. It is in the past. What can you do about it, Isaac? Nothing. You let it go. At least you gain some lesson. Which lesson? Not every lady you approach will give you a chance, for there is only a mismatch between me and her. Any man who has a coping skill inside him after rejection, that is the guy that women want. I want you to understand and try to justify every labeling that you have in your mind and in your thoughts. Why can't you endure it, Isaac? Is it because you feel she was just meant for you and you really want her? Why are you so entitled to a lady who is toxic to you? Does it mean that you love being abused and not being loved? You love someone who loves you less? I want you to solve that perspective in your own lens and understand everything as it is, and not understand it in your imagination. She rejected you. She walked away. That is how things are. And things are not the way you imagine them to be, to make your thoughts become a reality. No. All your thoughts will only harm your internal mindset. How can you have a psychological muscle that is strong so that you can always use it in the near future when there is a challenge, if right now you can't set your mindset in the right way? If you have a throbbing headache or a sore back, it can be unpleasant and you will really feel bad, but most of the time we endure the pain. Why? We label them as a mere discomfort. I have to accept that I have a headache, and I have to label that headache as a mere discomfort. But why is it that when she walks away, it is a crisis that you can never endure? Can you not really endure that? I want you to tap into your false notion of why it's so painful and you can't bear it. But you can only tap into that if you have a right mindset. It's all a twist in your head, in your thoughts, in your feelings, and in your psychological way of understanding things. Forge that psychological mindset for you to build a stronger muscle for your own protection in the near future if challenges do happen again. When she dumps you for no reason, one man will have visions of total disaster that you will see in your heads play out in your minds. She was all you had. You will never get a good one. She's the only one. She ruined everything. For Isaac, he did his best, but he did also enjoy the experience with many lessons. Even the single women admire and obsess over these men. The fact remains, she dumped you, she walked away, and none of the viewpoint will remove that fact. But one viewpoint will allow you move on undisturbed and untroubled. But the other one will always trap you in suffering. And these men who allow their imagination control their life, these are the men that women will never want to date, because having an imagination puts you off center, but having a stronger mindset will always put you in center of your life. It's not about controlling what happens to you, but regulating how you see it. The ships don't sink because of the water around that ship. It only sinks because of the water that gets inside. Do not be enslaved by a negative mindset. Just shift your view no matter how hard the situation is. It's not denying realities, but protecting your happiness being held hostage. She needs to work hard for you, for you are not clinging into her. And you are not competing with her actually. She needs to compete for you. For example, each obstruction on your way to dating or getting your type lady should become an expected rerouting. Always expect an obstacle. Always expect a challenge when you are pursuing a woman. It's how you perceive it. It might not happen, it might happen, but if it does happen, then it was meant to happen, and it was just a challenge that will make me be stronger and know that it has to break me. Don't suffer imaginary pains. Most of you guys suffer more in imagination than reality. I had a guy who told me that every time I get around people, I get more anxieties. Why? Get out of your heads. Do it. Learn from that experience. Do it tomorrow, the next day, after the other day. You will get used to that and it will be normal to you. This is what I wrote. Hey Isaac, how often do you spend more time anxiously playing out doomsday scenarios in your minds than actively enduring the reality you fear? You are more frightened frequently than you are genuinely harmed or hurt. I think Mary will not date me. I think Mary will not find me attractive. And because of the imagination in your head, you want your imagination to become a reality. Because becoming a reality, it confirms your thought and you think you are right. You only need to mess to convince yourself that your thoughts were right, when in reality, you need that experience for you to get a better lady. That rejection moves you one step ahead to getting a more high value lady, but you take it as a thought, an imagination that was right for you. Different women rejecting you 100 times, you get used to the rejection and then the fear disappears because you only needed that to get rid of your fear. Isn't it a fair game to you? Yes, it is. My expectations are different because I want you to do things differently, but it can give you an insight of how to deal with rejections and why women end up dating with certain men and they end up obsessing with certain men, when in reality these men have a different mindset. They will just take it as an experience and as a lesson. That is why women obsess over them. Have you really watched to this point? If you have, then kindly comment down below by saying you can endure anything. And until next time, be safe, take care, and let's have peace.